in everything, the golden trick here is patience and prayer. Be patient and pray, and also don't suffer alone. Speak up, even though they will try to gag you or try to shut your mouth or not give, because one of the very bad experience we had in this ordeal is the social care or the local authority trying to gag us, saying this is confidential, you risk a criminal prosecution if you should speak up to people, if you share information, both verbally and by document. You don't have to tell people, you have to suffer alone. So at a point in time, we try to argue with them that a problem which are told is halfly solved. That we are human beings, we can suffer from a kind of emotional imbalance or can suffer depression by not relieving the burden from our heart by talking to people. That everybody whose children are taken from will not feel fine. That is why sometimes I feel angry with the social worker when we are doing like a review meeting. They will ask me, do you need your child? Do you need the children to come back? So for me, it seems like a stupid question, because if I don't need them coming back, why should I be going to court and wasting my time and spending all the energy? So I feel is a question they are asking because it is to fulfill all righteousness or all the protocols, that maybe it is written for them in a script. So they have to ask you all the questions verbatim. Do you still really want your children? Do you still need your children to come back home? So it cannot compare today with yesterday. So today is better. I have my children. They are the source of my happiness. Whatever we are doing in this world, we can't live forever. It's the children that makes us live forever. So we raise them and they carry on the prosperity, My father has long been dead, so I'm now representing him, trying to further continue the generation. So if I should lose them in a foreign land, what will I tell my ancestors?
So just to take you back, you normally had a contact with them. When you have a contact and it's time for you to go, what's happened? How did you feel?
Yeah, very, very bad. That sometimes you even be tempted. Maybe you have it at the back of your mind if you try to run away, just to abduct them and run away. Maybe go elsewhere. Maybe run away from this country because you want your children so urgently and so bad. But in the end, patience prevail. You have to wait for the right time. Otherwise, there's a time you have that bad thought. What if I can manipulate it and move away from this country and take my children by force? Because you're not going to know what will be the outcome at the end. If finally they will be taken from you, finally, and you can't be able to get hold of them. So many evil thoughts comes in your mind. So at every point in time, we go to contact to visit them. I feel like crying, and actually crying, but you can't show it physically, but emotionally deep inside your heart, you feel very much depressed. We thank God for moral support and help from friends alike, many friends, including you, and many people from SaveTheWomen.com, from especially you, who has been calling every time now and then and asking us what happened, giving us advice to have patience, to pray to God that there will be a bright light at the end of the dark tunnel. So you guys are really amazing.
If you have your way to speak to the people in power, like the person that has power to make changes or to make improvement to social services, will you say they did well during that period of time, or is there any way they will have done it better that will make you feel relaxed?
Yeah, if I have power, or if I have chance to meet people who are really have the power, who are in charge, I think from my experience, I will advocate or advise that there will not be rush in taking children away from their family home. This thing they call intervention, and forcefully maybe taking them from the school without even going to the court or doing fact finding. It's a lot of problem emotionally and physically, both for the children and for the parents. That at times they'll make mistake, and because they're above the law, nobody can penalize them on the mistake that they have made. So it's really a very bad experience.
It's a great relief for you, for your family, because it's 4 children. How do you want to explain that to your family, to your extended family back home? And to the parents, because we still have more parents, we are looking on to God for them to get breakthrough, which you got. What will you say to them?
Pardon again?
I said it's not easy to lose 4 children into care system. Somebody with 1 child, we know how terrible that could be. So what word of motivation, what kind of word do you have for parents that are still in that shoe, that they are looking up to God for miracle to come their way?
So my word of encouragement is that we cannot endure that. We have to talk and risk the criminal prosecution. So my advice is speak up to friends and groups and church members. Don't keep quiet, because if you keep quiet, you might make a mistake you will regret in future. And you will say, oh, if I have spoken to Save the Women, if I've spoken to Pastor Lekon, if I've spoken to this person, it wouldn't have been. So you see mistake which can be irreversible. So if something like this happen immediately, what you will do is have patience, speak to people, don't hide it. It is nothing to be ashamed of, because sometimes it's not you that caused it. You continue to contact me, asking me of the progress of what is happening. So I can say that, especially on your own part, you are above expectation. You are above expectation. And I don't know how I will thank you, but it's only God that will bless you. Because every good thing you do, you will receive a reward. So you guys are wonderful. And also, as we're going, we still did the 101 training, and now we are doing 201, and all for free. All for free, because this training is so important. as I'm still emphasizing on it, that even if it is paid to avoid this ordeal, people know how important and how advantageous it is. They will easily pay to get this training, not to be in this ordeal. If we calculate the amount of money I lost, especially the time cost, the cost in time factor, my brother, it's enormous. It's enormous. Going to contact almost every day. Everything you do is written down, even if you cough, even if you even eye contact. A point in time, one of the social workers were asking me, "I think you're thinking bad of me. You are thinking bad of me," and saying that I am wicked. One of the social workers was asking me this. She said, in my mind, I am thinking that you are thinking bad of me and saying all sort of bad thing against me that is bad, and something like that I'm wicked, that I'm not a good person. Is that what you are thinking? This is a question human being asked me, for me to answer her, and for her to write it down. Can you believe it? So, it was a very bad experience. I don't pray for anybody to have it. That is why I volunteer myself. I said that if I should have an opportunity to volunteer, a kind of volunteer work to educate people, to help people in this aspect, because I have been there. I have worn the shoe. I know how it pinches. And I've seen that not all that glitters is gold, and the world is not fair. The justice system is not fair. A judge made a mistake, and a newborn was forcefully taken from the mother. Now, after 2 weeks, all we had gotten is, we apologize for the bad judgment. It cost the baby the benefit of breastfeeding. When the child was returned after 2 weeks, the breast production have stopped. The child don't even know what is to be breastfed again. So she was fed on milk. And you know the importance of breastfeeding in children. So, and it will be forever in her history. So when she grow up now, we have to tell her history. And how do you think she will feel that a certain mistake was made, and we resisted the separation, and they called police on us and used police to separate a newborn? So that's a very, very bad situation, my brother. Very bad experience. Nobody can have this. My wife didn't eat for 3 days after coming back from hospital without a baby. It's a different case. You had a baby and the baby died. It's a different thing. But for a baby to have suckled your breast for maybe 2 days, and after the 2 days in the hospital, she was taken forcefully from you. I don't think. And sometimes I'm thinking that the law in this children care is sometimes contradictory. How are you saying that the children are emotionally traumatized, but during the time you are taking them forcefully from their family home to a stranger, to a new home, They cry. Some refuse to eat even for 2 weeks. They are not normalized for 2 weeks. The children, the society or the government are subjecting the children to almost 2 weeks of emotional trauma. Some children even go hunger strike. I want to return home. I want to be with my mom and dad. They keep them forcefully traumatizing them for 2 weeks. And you tell me this is fair? This is on the best interest of the children?
I think your children were taken a year and 4 months, right?
A year and 4 months.
During that time, one of your boys ran away. What happened?
He ran away because he said that the foster carer bullied him. That he had a brotherly problem with his younger sibling. Then after settling the case, the foster carer thought that he is the cause of the problem, then and started maltreating him. The foster carer started by giving him half ration of food. While they are eating, other people's food are rich, and his own will be half ration and not rich. Not everything will be in his food. So after taking his gadgets, his electronics, so he noticed this and he was not happy about it. And when he requests for more, she will not give to him. So he started protesting and decided to run away.
Even on another occasion, there was a time they called you that they had to take the children away from the foster parent. They are not safe. Did they tell you why? There's a
No. Just that day was on Friday. We went on contact. Then returned from the contact 6 p.m. Around like 15 minutes to 10 p.m. in the middle of the night, I received a phone call from the social worker in charge telling me that unfortunately something happened in the foster care home where my 2 boys are living. That is, it's a kind of a matter of emergency, and they have concluded that because of the emergency, the foster care home is not safe for the children. So they have to take urgent measure within a space of 5 minutes to weeks them off their home to a new home which is unprepared. Even that they slept on the floor, on the bare floor, with maybe with a foam and a mat. No bed. And we were asking up till now, up till the case ended, what was the emergency? What happened? We have the right to know, as a parent, what happened in that foster care home that they decided that it is no longer safe, that it's not a safe place for the children. Did it happen at that particular time, or was it a historic event, or what actually happened? So all this was, and this particular foster home, my children have lived there for a year and 2 months. 1 year and 2 months, and they don't bother to tell us, was it a historical event that they later discovered and decided that children are not safe? Or did that thing happen that same night? They say police was involved. And up till now, they told us it's a secret, they cannot tell us. No matter we try our very best up to the last day in the court, they refuse to tell us.
On many occasions during contact, these children looking hungry, they ask for extra bottled water to go. When you give them chicken, they wrap it. They said they want to keep it for later. Tell us more about this. What happens, sir?
On some of the contact, the children, when we buy like this hot wings menu from KFC, though they are not full, you know, but they will still try to reserve some. And when we ask them what is happening, they say they might need it when they are hungry. I say, are you hungry there? They say, Daddy, you won't understand. Up to a point, they demanded for a bottle of water to be taken home. I asked them, even water? So all these concerns we raise and we ask them, we raise the concern to the local authority. But what they tell us is that they will look into it. They will look into it. But they didn't do anything. We have not even been briefed of our rights after they ended the whole court proceeding. And we spoke with our solicitor asking for the right of appeal because the final judgment was that the highest punishment, which is a care order, the family sharing parental responsibility with the local authority. So we didn't want that. We have opted for the middle ground, which is a supervision order. So we asked that we felt injustice, that the case was not fairly treated. So we asked our advocate our right of appeal, and they refused. They said we have no right of appeal, and that if we insist to appeal, that will be that we'll have to bear the financial cost, that there will not be legal government legal aid. So that their advice for us is no appeal. So talking of psychological help, I don't even know that there is anything called psychological help until you said it just right now. Nobody, even our solicitor or the court, told us of any option of receiving psychological help after the whole ordeal. So that's the situation.
But honestly speaking, you know there's need for psychotherapists to support you to the trauma it has been so negatively impacted on you, and knowing fully that initial concern that led to the taking of these children, you felt there's injustice, isn't it?
Injustice, very big injustice, which I know I will still fight anytime. I hate injustice, and it's not fair. There's been a point in time during the proceeding, they lied to me. They lied to the court about what transpired. Because what actually happened is that this is why I'm so much in pain is that this is supposed to be a Christian primary school. I took my children from the public school where I was thinking is bad and transferred them to the Catholic school, primary school. St. Anne's. And my reason was, at that time, I noticed that in the public school, at that age of the children, they are teaching them about private parts of human being, about puberty, sex, and all those stuff. So I said, on my own perspective, they are too young to know about these things. So I have to transfer them to this Catholic school that I'm a Catholic by birth. So it will be fine for my children, not knowing that I'm sending my children from frying pan to fire. So this is why it pains me. And at one of the occasion, the I think assistant to the principal headmaster, the second in command, who handled the transfer procedure, she asked me, but why? I said, first, I'm a Christian and Catholic by birth. Secondly, see what happened. The public school didn't seek my permission in teaching my children about private parts of human beings or about sex education. And she told me, no, in UK, at this age, they don't need parental consent to treat them because it is in their syllabus. It is in their syllabus to teach this. But in our school, it's also in our syllabus, but we refuse it because at their age, the Christian community think that it is not yet ripe for them to be teaching children that kind of a thing. So that they are not teaching them. I say, wow, that means I'm in the right hand. Then upon just a jovial chat, we were chatting. I was like telling her that I don't want them to start now to learn about sex, and that it's not that they will not know it in future, but at the right time. That at this age, they can start teaching them, and some maybe my children can be homosexual, and in my religion and in my culture, it's prohibited. We don't allow it. I wouldn't want my children to be a gay or a lesbian or something like that. And she told me, yes, that she too. She wouldn't want her children to be lesbian or gay. So we just chatted like that. Do you know during this court proceeding, do you know what this woman wrote in her report? She said that the father is homophobic. The father is homophobic, and that the father threatened that if any of his boys will become gay, that he will send them to Africa and cut off their penises. Can you believe it? Leko, you know that I will not say such a thing, even if I have smoking marijuana. And where has it happened that an African man cut the penises of his boys? Do you know that this issue was a very big concern, and it heightens the tension even during the court proceeding, that they were looking at me like a serial killer. That if my son, one of my son, will become a gay, that I will send them to Africa and cut off their penises. So with this point, I'm boiling in the heart. You don't know how I feel. The case is over, but I'm boiling. I need us to go to court again. That school, he have to come and swear that particular statement. Later, it was trashed. When we started debating, you know what the woman come to say again? She withdrew. She withdrew the aspect that said that I will cut off the penises, and said, and simply summarize it, that in her thinking that she can conclude that the father is a homophobic person. This is how she concluded. Then she removed that aspect that I will cut off their penises, which was a very big allegation. I can be sent to jail for that because I threatened murder. How can you cut somebody's penises and he's still living?
Attempt to commit murder. Yeah.
Attempt to commit murder is a serious criminal offense. So I tried to raise it up. On one of the occasions, the woman came to give evidence, but my solicitor told me that we have to focus on the children coming back home. Let's leave accusation and counter accusation, that I may as well sue them to court in the later as a second part when the children are already back. I still see the woman when I go to pick my children from school, and I can't believe somebody who is a Christian should make such allegation. So that will tell you the extent of racism that is happening in that school. Forget about the smile on the children. Hi, children, how are you? Are you okay? You look nice. Oh, are you happy? Oh, I'm happy for you. You're beautiful. You're handsome. In her heart of heart, she's a core racist. Oh, my brother, I wouldn't be a fulfilled person if I didn't go to court with the school. Local authority have made their mistake. I know that is mistake. It can be a mistake. Finally, my children are back. But what I cannot bear is the kind of racism and unfair treatment I receive from the school. At least, even though I go and I didn't win, they will learn a lesson. Next time, for another people of color, for another minority group or foreigners, they will learn from the lesson. They will remember me. They will remember me. So what I'm actually, I want the people concerned, including Save the Woman, any necessary help that can be given to me to see that justice is done. At least this school, we go to court again with me. We go to court again, and they will have to explain. Now the boy that the family or the boy that started this problem, they have disappeared from the thin air. And I'm though I didn't go straight. I'm a kind of doing some little bit investigation to know if the boy have resumed school again. And from the little information I'm getting from my daughter, it seems the boy has finally come back again and is still in that school. Even the justice system just close eye, turn a blind eye to this. They are not mentioning it any longer. What happened?
In the referral notes, did they mention what happened and what led to them intervening to your family?
Yes, they mention it. They mention it. The first time
they mentioned the boy's part.
Yes, they mention.
Can I see that copy where they mention the boy's parts, and at the end of the day, it's your family alone in this trouble?
Yes, it's in the case bundle. Everything is there.
It's just
they mention that even the boy was immediately at that particular point in time, the same day, asked, and he accepted that he's been doing it every day, but please, that he is very, really, really sorry, and he will not do it again, and that please, they should not tell the parents, that the parents will punish him, that please, they should not tell the parents. And they promised him that they will not tell the parent, and they didn't tell the parent.
Did they put it in that they promised they will not tell the parent? You do know what I need for you?
Yeah.
The aspect that I need from you, save the man need from you, is to just get justice in 2 areas.
Yes.
Number 1, initial concern. What was it? It's about the boy. If there are further evidence or information gathered, that was what brought your boy's issue in.
Do you know the funny thing? Yeah, continue.
And that was what brought your boy issue in. Now, when those things happen, they took your boys, and your wife want to give back to a baby boy,
a baby girl,
and they ask, how will she bathe the girl, the child, isn't it?
Yes.
And the midwife went to go and wrote something else that she said she's going to pour hot water.
Hot water.
These are the statements I need a paper document from them, that they said all these lies.
Everything is in document. But they didn't promise they didn't write it that they promised the guy they would not tell the parents, but they promised the guy that they have forgiven him.
They reassure, they forgive him.
That
that's what I need.
And that it's okay. That and now didn't tell the parents at all.
This is what we need.
At the time they call us, they call me by telephone. They didn't tell me what happened. They didn't tell me that it was a boy. They just told me that my girl said that the siblings are touching. They didn't tell me how it started. And I was like, no, it's not true. It's not true. Then I was thinking, how can my daughter just go to school and say such a thing to the teachers and not tell me at home if the siblings are touching her, and not tell me something is wrong. Then I rushed to the school. Immediately I rushed to the school didn't call me to have a word with me before calling police. I rushed to the school. The first person I saw was a policewoman. She showed me her ID. I'm a police in charge of this case. I said, what case? He said, it's a serious case. I said, a case with my, he said, yes, it's a serious case. I said, okay, can I see my children? He said, no, you are not allowed to see them or touch them. Can I come inside because it is snowing? He said, no. I said, but I'm feeling cold. No, you are not allowed to come inside the school. And she came out and we spoke. I said, can I? He said, no, you go home. I will have a word with them and I will bring them home and we'll tell you how we continue. I believe her. I didn't know that something precipitated it. Nobody told me. And that was around 3:30 p.m. Around 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, I received a phone call from police and they told me, your children have been taken away. I said, for what? Did you ask them if the allegation was true, if they did it? She said, no. Why did you take them? She said, you better go and meet your lawyer. They will, to find a solicitor. They will update you. I said, but you made allegation. You didn't ask them. He said, no. Then as the case progressed, then I learned what precipitated the whole scenario. Number one. Number two, I learned that the same way the school asked this boy if he did touch or if he has been touching, the school didn't ask my two boys The police and the intervention team didn't ask my two boys if actually they touched. Rather, they went straight and start asking them, we are here to help. How has been happening at home? What is happening at home? Are you happy at home? Are you happy with mom and dad? If you do something bad, how come your parents or mommy and dad treat you? And these boys started saying that if they do something bad, we used to spank them or beat them with hand. And they said, oh, they beat you and you feel sad. Does it hurt? Is it painful? Oh, you cry. And they say, yes, that was it. Can you believe it? These guys were never asked again if they touched, except later, after 2 months, they took them to police station with what they call ABE, obtaining the best evidence interview. And only in one sentence, they asked them if they have seen the nakedness of their younger sister. They said no. Did you at one time or on any occasion touch her in her private places? They said no, we never touched. Up to now, my children denied the allegation that they didn't do it. But the boy that did touch and did confess that he touched, they turned a blind eye and did confess that if his parents were told of what he did, he was doing at school, that they will punish him. They didn't question about chastisement. They didn't question about punishment. Can you believe that? Before you continue, do you know that after the ABE interview, the police advocated or advises them that there is nothing in this case, that they should let this family, that there is a mistake, that this is not a case. The local authority decided, that was 2 months after. This happened in March. The thing happened in February, but after the ABE interview, there was, due to police advice, there was a promise from the local authority that this case should be closed and the children should be returned home anytime from 18th of March, 2 months after the incident. Then this case was transferred to the team who will execute the returning of the children. And that was when the coronavirus struck restriction. And the team that came was even more racist, a very bad team. What they decided, they are not going to heed the advice or the recommendation of the intervention team. And they said that they don't agree with that. That not only they don't agree with that, they will get a referral again from the first problem we have in Leeds, where we migrated from. The case has been treated as a small case and closed. Closed without any supervision or any order. Then they said they will do fact finding and transfer the file from Leeds. And finally, they ruled that they didn't agree with what the jurisdiction of Leeds, how they treated the case. And that is, the case of this court order is not actually what happened here. They were punishing us, the parents, that they are rightly justified by referring what has been treated before in Leeds, that is the case they are treating.